But we need to go down the rabbit hole of the Oscars because, like I mentioned, you wrote a great book. People who don't know, you love film, you love music. Yeah. But when it comes to the Oscars, full disclosure, I watched one battle after another through somebody else's screen without volume on a flight. So I haven't really actually watched it. It looked great. But Train Dreams, If Only Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I watched all of those. I love the cinematography of Train Dreams. What movie are you rooting for and that you're thinking will actually win, which I know are two different questions?
Well, first off, I also love the cinematography in Train Dreams, heavily influenced by Terrence Malick. You can tell that film, which is available on Netflix, starring Joel Edgerton, is a real kind of ambiance to it. Ben Lyons, former guest of Off the Roster and a close friend of mine, he loved Train Dreams. That was actually his favorite movie of the year, so I'm glad you saw that. I think One Battle After Another is going to win Best Picture. I don't think it's P.T. Anderson's best movie, but as I've sold Cabbie and Riccio before, I mean, he's one of my favorite filmmakers. He's long overdue. Boogie Nights, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, Phantom Thread, The Master. I mean, this guy's made great movies for a long time. And this is a highly thrilling action epic, very timely for today. Sean Penn's got a really good chance at winning his third Oscar. DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor might win for supporting actress. The whole cast is fantastic. The action is superb. And like I said, it really hits all the notes. But I'm really curious about Sinners because it went from, as Cabbie and I have talked in the past, it's going to be that 16 nominations, which goes home empty-handed. I think Coogler wins for original screenplay. And I do think Michael B. Jordan is going to win for Best Actor. This dovetails with Dan Riccio, who doesn't feel like Chalamet should be a star because he's too scrawny. This is one of the more memorable. This is one of the more memorable swan dives in recent memory. This guy was the favorite to win. Okay, he's been anointed. He can do independent films like Call Me by Your Name. He can do Dune 1 and Dune 2 with fellow Canadian Denis Villeneuve. And then he can make one, a Complete Unknown, which I wasn't crazy about the film, but I did think he gave a very good performance as Bob Dylan, James Mangold's movie. So he makes Marty Supreme, which I loved. I mean, I think it's an exhilarating thrill ride. And if you like Marty Supreme, you have to love Chalamet's performance in the movie because he's so entertaining and so captivating and so lovably antagonistic at times. But he goes on in an interview with Matthew McConaughey and takes a shot at ballet and opera. And he says, basically, I want to do something people actually care about. No one cares about that stuff. And then he does even like a mocking of opera. This is the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. The ballots went in last Sunday. He'd had this interview a week ago. He ain't winning. It's over. Like he lost at the BAFTAs. And then Cab's guy, Michael B. Jordan, won at the Actor Awards for Sinners, who, by the way, arguably should win. He played two roles, and he's a great actor. He was awesome in Fruitvale Station 14 years ago. He's been a star in movies like Creed. So Chalamet's swan dive potentially opening the door for Michael B. Jordan to win for Sinners Best Actor. It's a really cool story. I'm fascinated how it's all going to play out on Sunday.
I don't know. And then Marty Supreme kind of just felt like a lesser version of Uncut Gems to me. That's
Yeah, it is a fair point, Dan. The Safdies, they do have a formula. Like now, if you've seen Good Time, Uncut Gems, this, I'm like, okay, you want anxiety-inducing 2-hour movies with very memorable antagonists. Got it. Like I would like to see them zag a little bit rather than zigging, but you're right. It does have that familiarity, but I was a slave to it. I really enjoyed it. Very entertaining. And by the way, I don't know Shark Tank. I'm aware that that's a show, but I didn't know Kevin O'Leary prior to seeing the movie. So after people kept asking, how about Kevin O'Leary? I go, who the hell's that? I go, he's in the movie. I go, I don't know who that is. But the guy who's, Gwyneth Paltrow's husband, that guy's great. That's him. I go, really? They go, yeah, he's this huge Trumper capitalist. I go, I can't speak to that, but he's excellent in the movie. When he spanks Timothée Chalamet, that's one of the best parts of the movie.
I mean, he just plays himself in the movie. But I mean, hey, that's sometimes that's the best acting somebody can do is just an exaggerated version of themselves. All right, my one question on the underdog going into Sunday is Hamnet the underdog going into the Best Picture conversation?
My wife thought it was the best movie of the year, Dan. And I remember when I saw Hamnet in late November, like I watched it, okay, now I know why this won the Audience Award at TIFF, right? In Toronto Film Festival. Normally, if you win the People's Choice Award, you got a good chance at winning Best Picture. It's a really emotional journey, beautifully wrought. Jessie Buckley's an absolute cinch to win Best Actress. Her performance is incredible. Paul Mescal missed out on supporting actor nod, but he's very good in the movie. I think in a different year, different era, Hamnet would win. I mean, there was a time those types of movies would win, period pieces, very emotionally done, but just doesn't have as much juice this year. Chloe Zhao is a great writer-director. She won previously for Nomadland. But I think ultimately, One Battle After Another wins picture and director. PTA is overdue. Sinners has the best chance of pulling off an upset. Hamnet would probably be third on that ballot, but they will be happy to know Buckley's going to win Best Actress. It's a great performance.
What is another category that you are looking forward to seeing the outcome of?
Well, it's always funny, Cab. Remember we grew up watching Siskel and Ebert. They always say if we pick the winners right, one category, you wish you could have a winner. So, you know how much I love Ethan Hawke. He's not going to win for Blue Moon, but it's a great performance. If ever there was an upside, I'd love to see Ethan Hawke win. It's a wonderful movie. He plays a guy named Lorenz Hart, who's a Broadway lyricist, 5'2". And they set the movie Richard Linklater on the worst night of his life. He was part of this great Broadway composer, Rodgers and Hammerstein, everyone knows. Well, he was with Rodgers before Hammerstein. Now they're making Oklahoma, Rodgers and Hammerstein are, and there's Lorenz Hart at the bar drinking, telling his sob story to Bobby Cannavale. He literally carries the entire film. It's 90 minutes of Ethan Hawke talking, shaved his head for the role, bad comb over, put on some weight. And in order to make him look 5'2", it's in one set. So they built like trenches. So like he literally is lower than everybody. If Ethan Hawke wins, I'll lose my mind. I know you loved him in Training Day, supporting actor nomination for Boyhood, which Cab hated. He's also been nominated twice for screenplays. He's never been nominated for Best Actor. He's 56 years of age. He's been working since Dead Poets Society. Would love to see Ethan Hawke win. And one more for you, international feature. It was just an accident. It was one of my favorite movies of the year. It's a great, great film from Jafar Panahi, who's this Iranian filmmaker. He was jailed in Iran for his beliefs, so he had to make the film in France. Under heavy surveillance and security. It's a movie about a bunch of guys who are captured, and they believe that they'd later find their interrogator after being released. So they capture him, have to determine whether or not he was the one that was torturing them. It's a brilliant movie, darkly funny at times, and a drop-the-mic ending. Like, it is great, great film. So if that was to win international feature, which it will not, it was just an accident. Great film. You can see it at the Carlton, I'm sure, in Toronto, my former theater.